I am not sure how long this video is going to be. I would regret not filming it now, so I'm going to film it now because I live my life to have no regrets, and I have no regrets, and I'm not going to start now. And so my Ireland Heritage Travel trip was originally scheduled for May to June 2020, and then COVID-19 hit, and in December 6th, if I'm remembering correctly, 2019, I received my first communication from Icelandair that one of my flights had been changed. That may or may not have been COVID-19 related. COVID-19, the 19 is from 2019 because that's the year that it initially outbroke, so it didn't actually, it expanded kind of globally in 2020, but the actual outbreak started in 2019. And so I might have seen that in my Icelandair flight change in early December 2019. So that was the 6th of December 2019, if I'm remembering correctly. I saved, this is all documented somewhere. Well, I know where, but it's documented. Anyway, going on. And then the flights were canceled, and I got a travel voucher closer to my flight date. I checked all my flights periodically, and I contacted the airline, and I called multiple times, but they were so overwhelmed with volume that they kept updating their, okay, please call back again if you're within, it ended up being 2 weeks of your flight. If you're within 2 weeks of your flight, then call, and that kind of thing. But what they had is the automated response kept changing, so I was patient. I was a few months ahead, fortunately, because my flight wasn't till, the departing flight wasn't till May, and then the returning flight in June. So I was kind of on it as soon as, like, I think it was, well, December was the earliest, and then COVID kind of became more of a problem in January, and so I kind of started paying attention to the rest of my flights that had not been affected up to that point. And so I was on it a few months in advance, and then got my travel voucher and stuff before my flights. And yeah, and I could have asked for a refund, but I chose not to because I still want to make this Ireland trip happen, and the travel voucher is good for 3 years, so it gives me a 3-year window to work with. And I'm bringing this all up. This will be posted later. I'm gonna guess about April 2021 timeframe. And if this is a long video, I'll break it into 2 or 3 parts. And so I'm not sure when I'm going to go. I wrote an ideal itinerary as April 2021. That was kind of the earliest, if everything went super well with COVID-19, the earliest I could see myself going. But honestly, I didn't know, so it was just kind of like spitballing and brainstorming, so I had something to work with, and I made an itinerary and stuff like that. So, and I'm very happy I did, because whether it's this year, 2021, or a couple of years from now, I have something to work with. So that's my guess as of today, Saturday, January 30th, 2021. My guess is that I don't make it to Ireland for my ideal itinerary of April to May 2021. And so it's just the reality. And so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be later than that, later in this year or a couple of years later. Give it a window. I hope to use my travel voucher for the airfare part, since I already paid for the airfare. And yeah, so that kind of covers that. So what am I gonna go over, and why am I filming this video now? And so I've been following the international protocols between Ireland and the United States of America. And so if you're not familiar with Ireland geography, or you've covered it and you just don't remember or need a refresher, or I like refreshers. The island of Ireland is composed of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So my tickets were to Dublin and back, and so Dublin's in the Republic of Ireland. There is a boundary crossing between the two, and so I realized travel might be restricted that way as well, but I'm kind of thinking of it this trip as if I'm flying into Dublin and back from Dublin, the Republic of Ireland is a good place to start to stay updated as to what their travel restrictions are and stuff like that. And so in October 2020, this beautiful protocol for the management of air passengers in light of COVID-19, October 2020, issue 2, Department of Transport in the Republic of Ireland. And it's 19 pages, if I'm remembering correctly. 15 pages of text. And it goes through, I've read through this, a bunch of different kind of best practices in the protocol for air travel in respect to the Republic of Ireland in COVID-19 times. And so I've read through this, and so I came across this, and this was October 2020. Then I also checked the U.S. Embassy in Ireland website, and they've been really good about posting COVID-19 information. So I'm going to go over, and I think these ones are kind of interesting, and I think I've checked in, this one is from the 22nd of November 2020, this one's from the 17th of December 2020, and this one's from the 30th of January 2021, so this is today. I checked again today. And up until this month, January 2021, the United States of America and Washington State in the United States of America have kind of gone in the same direction as the Republic of Ireland. That was a different presidential administration than we currently have. And so just something to note. And so Washington State and the United States of America, I'm not certain about the United States of America thing because we haven't heard from the national level so much since the new administration entered, the Biden administration. And so, yeah, but this is the first time that Washington State at least has diverged from what the Republic of Ireland is doing. So I found that kind of at least curious, like Washington State's kind of loosening up and being maybe a little bit more, I don't know if cavalier is the right word, but just kind of relaxed on things, and the Republic of Ireland is actually getting even more strict. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm going to actually, okay, that's going to be part 1. Part 2, I'm going to go through these documents.